Introduction by members. Member for Richmond South Centre.
I'm deeply grateful to the people of Richmond South Centre for trusting me to represent them. Richmond South Centre is not only geographically located in the heart of Richmond, it is also where the heart of Richmond resides. The majority of Richmond's nonprofit organizations and charities call Richmond South Centre home. Organizations like Richmond Pathway Clubhouse, Richmond Society for Community Living, Success, Touchstone Family Association, Richmond Cares and Richmond Gives, Foundry Richmond, Chimo Community Services, and many more.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for accommodation. I do want to take a moment to introduce my family. As many people know, all the MLA was able to be here is because they all have a strong family looking after and taking care of their family member. The pandemic also amplified many social service challenges that we are facing today. Addictions, domestic violence, mental health, youth at risk, racism, income inequality, and much more. Social workers are often the ones who have to be in the front line to be taking on the first services to serve for the British Columbians, and the pandemic has amplified the challenge that we're facing today. We thank them for all the social workers to take the time out of the awkward hours, days, and being overworked to serve British Columbia. I'm so glad our government took a healthy approach in fostering understanding, commitment, collaboration in BC in our fight against invasive species. Since July 2017, our government has invested in Future Leader Program and Provincial Economic Recovery Plan under Stronger BC. Our government invested $8.7 million for approximately 160 jobs to work on projects related to invasive species management, as well as wildfire prevention and forest health. $4 million was invested to create 37 positions in BC parks and 46 positions with conservation officers to work on programs such as aquatic invasive species. $8 million in funding for the Invasive Species Council for BC to provide expanded training and outreach programs. There are many, many more of our government's commitment in combating invasive species in our community and our beautiful province, British Columbia. Therefore, I would like to conclude, and I encourage all our members across and all over the aisle, let us work together, work in collaboration, and work with effectiveness with understanding and precision and remove invasive species danger to our community. I develop a deeper appreciation of family doctors. As technology improves in the medical field, physicians and healthcare professionals are also forced to keep up and adapt to all the new challenges and advancements. Due to the ever-increased complexity and expanding protocols and advancing knowledge that family doctors must keep up with, we should no longer consider them just as general practitioners. Instead, let us all acknowledge that family doctors today are primary care specialists. Let us, as recipients of the great care and commitment, continue to modernize our healthcare system and express our appreciation and gratitude for our physicians and the healthcare professionals. I'm humbly asking everyone who was an ally against anti-Asian hate crimes to please continue to stand in solidarity with the LGBTQ+ community to fight against hate, violence, and discrimination. Let us bring a banner to defend our neighbors, friends, and families. Everyone should be able to be who they are and love who they love without fear. Together, in solidarity, we can overcome hate with acceptance, appreciation, and love. As Canadians, we take pride in being kind, polite, and generous, and we don't want to believe this is who we are. But we cannot ignore the systemic racism existing in our society. On this upcoming Canada Day, I'm asking every British Columbian to stand up for the country we wish to be. Let us commit ourselves to defend every person's right to be who they are and live freely from fear and hate. Please join us in allyship for all that in the fight against systemic racism, discrimination, and hate. Together, we can build a fair, just, and equitable Canada for all. So I just want to really bring back to the passion I want to talk about again. As a husband, I want to see my wife to be happy. As a father, I want to see my child to be excited. I want her to grow up, be a passionate, exciting little individual. I want her to have the best opportunities. But I think fundamentally we have to go back to square one. Having a child should never be a life sentence. It's a blessing, it's an opportunity, it's a great opportunity for us to extend our families. But at the same time, our government is doing such great work and will continue moving forward to ensure every British Columbian, I do mean every British Columbians, to discover the potential, to be able to explore the competence, and to find a way to be a contributing member to our societies. So I'm just today so excited to be a stand-up here today in front of the speakers to show my support for Early Learning and Child Care Act. Our Richmond Society is a nonprofit organization with a goal to promote inclusivity and connectedness to build a socially responsible community. This year, on October 2nd and 11th, based on the theme of Thanksgiving, Dialogue Richmond hosted their second annual Clean Neighborhood Project. The Clean Neighborhood Project is both an in-person and a social media challenge for people to connect while engaging socially responsible by asking community members to pick up litters around the neighborhood. The project had 66 participants, picked up 30 bags of garbages, and raised over $14,000 for society. I personally enjoyed the opportunity to join the volunteers, pick up garbage, and financially support a fundraiser for society. We understand that decriminalization alone will not solve the illicit drug poisoning crisis. Our provincial government is also tackling crisis from every angle. 我们知道非刑事化的公共医疗危机是其中处理方案之一。我们的省政府在从各种角度解决这个危机。We have announced $132 million for new treatment and recovery services across the province. BC is doubling the number of youth treatment beds as well as adding more than 100 adult treatment and recovery beds. 195 more treatment beds are coming through budget 2021. BC 省已宣布为新的治疗康复服务投入1.32亿，已经将青少年治疗位数增加1倍，同时增加100多个成人治疗康复床位。2021年拨款中还增加195张治疗床位。Since 2017, our government has doubled the number of supervised consumption sites. These sites have had 2 million visits and 0 deaths. 自从2017年，我们政府将监督用药服务站数量增加了1倍，使用量已达到200万次，且在监督下无人死亡。Access has been significantly expanded through rapid access to addictions care clinics in all health regions, so more people can access the care they need, where and when they need it. 通过各卫生局快速医疗，令有需要者获得服务的机会大大增加，更多人可以及时得到护理。We remain focused on preventing problematic substance use, minimizing harm for those who are using, and ensuring that people with addictions have access to treatment and recovery options. 我们在加强预防非法药物使用及降低非法药物对大众的伤害，并保障聘引困扰者治疗和健康机会。I also want to emphasize that decriminalization is not legalization. 我想强调，非刑事化并不是合法化。Like all parents, I too want to minimize the chance for my daughter to develop an addiction. Like all parents in BC, I too want the best for my child. 我跟BC 省所有的父母一样，也希望减少我女儿上瘾的机会。我跟 BC 省所有父母也一样，也希望孩子拥有最好的未来。With decriminalization, those who struggle with addiction in silence and in isolation due to fear and shame will be able to reach out for support they deserve and need. Decriminalization is a vital step forward in removing barriers to treatment and connecting people with supportive services without fear of prosecution. 让我们一起支持 BC 省内部需要帮助的人，脱离恐惧和羞耻，同时得到需要的服务和治疗，而非刑事化将会重要的一步。I want to take a moment to say how proud I am of leadership now. Richmond Cares, Richmond Gives Youth Now program. On October 2nd, 2021, RCRG Youth Now celebrated their 17th anniversary, and up to that point, they had over 100 young adults graduated from the program. Led by Sydney Koo, the program provides a rare opportunity for young adults to serve on the board of a local nonprofit or charity. While they serve, they will be mentored by another experienced director, a partnership where organizations in Richmond come together to cultivate young adults of today to become leaders of tomorrow. RCRG Youth Now is a remarkable program where passionate young visionaries will access the means and receive guidance needed to better the community. I, as a son, as a brother, as a father, as a friend, and most of all a spouse to my wife, am committed to be an ally against toxic masculinity and gender-based violence. And therefore, I am encouraging members of my community, it is time for a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift that continuously focusing on moving our society into a 21st century, where we, as individuals, can continuously find a way to promote equity, fairness, and justice for everyone on all spectrum of gender spectrum. I rise today to welcome my colleagues to join me and celebrate Multiculturalism Week and how multiculturalism has strengthened Richmond. Let us start with food. Richmond South Centre is one of the physically smallest riding in BC. Yet in this tiny riding, we can all enjoy taste from different cuisines. Here are some examples. For dim sum, there's Seafood Fortune, Royal Seafood, and Golden Paramount Seafood Restaurant. For Cantonese style dining, there's Red Bud Cafe, Master Huang Barbecue, and Wing Key. Taiwanese, there are Paulicious, Buffalo Waffle Cafe, and Chattan Richmond. Japanese, there are Sushi Aria, Kiriri Japanese Cuisine, Otari, and Pokeoki. Vietnamese, Pho Lamb Beef. Malaysians, Jung 316. Filipino, Khmer. Afghan, Chopan Bakery and Diner. Indian, Ginger Indian Cuisine. Korean, Dan Korean Cuisine. Middle Eastern, Uncle Sal's Sawarmar, and many more in a small riding of Richmond South Centre. Multiculturalism doesn't just strengthen our economy, but also help us appreciate inclusion, diversity, and self-determination.